these things we discussed. Now in the today's concept, I'm going to discuss about some kinds of errors. Now I'll start the concept. So the first thing, in the last class we discussed about the random errors. Do you remember why random errors occurs? Why random errors occurs? Do you remember? We have different kinds of errors, right? So why we'll get random errors? Random errors. Random errors are due to what? Yeah, random errors are due to what? Actually, temperature, pressure, wind, this will be the external errors or errors due to external factors. Yeah, random errors is mainly because of shape and size and fluctuations in the voltage, all these things. Clear? There is change in the shape or size or fluctuations in the voltage when you use the ammeter or voltmeter. So like that. Are you clear? With respect to the measurements of shape and size. Now, how to minimize the random errors means take the readings for number of times. Clear? Take the readings for number of times. If you repeat the experiment for number of times and if you take the average, then that value will be close to the true value. Clear? Then their value will be close to the true value. I hope you understood. For example, take an experiment. So repeat that experiment for multiple times, number of times. If you if you repeat the experiment for number of times, so if you repeat the experiment for number of times, then what will happen means you will get the value which is close to the true value. For example, we know that acceleration due to gravity value is, for example, 9.8 meter per second square. Now do the simple pendulum and repeat the simple pendulum experiment for number of times. We'll repeat the simple pendulum experiment for number of times. Let us say repeat for 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Repeat for 10 times. Are you clear? So if you repeat for 10 times and if you take the average of all these 10 readings, clear? And if you take the average of all these 10 readings, then the average of all these 10 readings will be close to the true value. Clear? Will be close to the true value. Clear? I hope you understood. Now remember, if you want to if you want to get the true value or accurate value or the value which is close to the true value, you have to take the experiment or you have to do the experiment for number of times. If you do the experiment for number of times and if you take the average, that will be equal to the true value. Clear? That will be equal to the true value. Are you clear? Now listen, for example, I will take the first reading as, first time I did the experiment, for that I got the reading as, let us say A1. Clear? Let us say A1. For example, I will do the experiment for the second time, let us say I got the reading as, for example, A2. Are you clear? I did for the third time, I got the reading as, for example, A3, and so on. For nth time, I got the reading as AN. Clear? Now, what are A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on AN means? These are the measurements. Clear? These are the measurements. I hope you understood. These are the measurements. We did this practical for number of times. So if you do the practical for number of times and if you take the average, that will gives the mean value or it is close to the true value. Clear? So that is called as best possible value. Clear? That is called as best possible value. So if you repeat the experiment for number of times, clear? If you repeat the experiment for number of times and take the average, then the value will be close to the true value, that is taken as best possible value, or this is also taken as mean value. Clear? This is also taken as mean value. Clear? That is also taken as what? Mean value. Now I am going to discuss about that. Clear? Now I am going to discuss about that. Are you clear? Now remember, so to guess, clear, to get best possible value, Clear? To get best possible value, the experiment has to be repeated. Clear? The experiment has to be repeated for number of times. Clear? For number of times. So just now we discussed that. Clear? Just now we discussed that. Now remember, let us say A1, A2, A3 and so on, AN are the readings of the experiment. Clear? Let us say for example, A1 comma, A2 comma, A3 comma and so on, AN are the readings. Clear? Are the readings. Clear? Now remember, A1, A2, A3 and so on are the number of readings. Clear? All the number of readings for number of times. Then we can say that, clear? Then we can say that reading average or mean, clear? Reading of average or mean, that is taken as A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on plus AN divided by N. So this is taken as arithmetic mean, or sorry, this is taken as mean value or best possible value. Clear? This is taken as mean value or best possible value. Clear? So just copy it, then we'll go for the next point. Now listen, I will take like this also, A mean is equal to, I will take summation of, clear? I will take summation of, for example, I will take I is equal to 1 to N. Clear? Or else, for example, I'll take, yeah, A equal to 1 to N divided by 1 by N. So 1 by N I will bring before the value. So I will bring N 1 by N1, I will write like this, or N can be written like this, 1 by N into summation of I is equal to 1 to N. I will take this as A. This is also taken as mean value. So if it is done, then we'll go for the next concept. So shall I move to the next point? Next concept? Is it done?
Sir.
Yeah. Now remember, mean value can also be taken as a true value. Clear? Mean value can also be taken as a true value. For example, I'll take acceleration due to gravity value. That acceleration due to gravity value is 9.8 meter per second square. Clear? That acceleration due to gravity value is 9.8 meter per second square. Let us say this is the true value, or let us say this is a true value. We did the experiment for multiple times, then you got the mean value. Now remember, first time I did the experiment, clear? First time I did the experiment, that reading I considered as A1. Now that reading I got as, for example, 9.7 meter per second square. I repeated the experiment. For example, this time I got the value as, for example, let us say 9.8 meter per second square, or else 9.9 meter per second square. Clear? So let us take the third value, for example, A3 for the third time. Let us say I got the error as, for example, 9.6 meter per second square. So like that, I'm keep on doing the experiment. Clear? I'm keep on doing the experiment for number of times and take the average of all these values. If I take average of all these values, then this value will give close to the G value or true value. If I take average of all these values, clear? If I take average of all these values, the average of all these values will give the true value. Clear? The average of all these values will give the true value. Now remember, I will take the individual values. For example, first time first time, what is the value I got means 9.7. But what is a true value? 9.8. Now what is the difference between true value as well as individual value means 0.1. Clear? 0.1. Clear? Now remember, I will take the second value and the true value. For second value and true value, I got the difference as, for example, minus 0.1. I will take for third value as well as G value. Then I will get the value as, for example, 0.2. Now I got this value as, for example, 0.2. Now 0.1, 0.1, these values are what means? These values are nothing but difference between the individual readings as well as the mean value or else true value. Are you clear? For example, if you take mean of all the values will be equal to the true value. Clear? Mean of all the values can be taken as a true value. Now remember, if you take the mean of all the values, the mean of all the values will be close to the true value. Clear? Will be close to what? True value. For example, I will take first reading. That first reading is close to, I mean not close to, take the difference between first reading as well as true value or else mean value. Now take the difference between first value as well as mean value. Take the difference between second value and mean value. And take the difference between third value and mean value. That error is called as, or the difference between the individual reading as well as the mean value or true value, that is called as absolute error. Clear? That is called as absolute error. Now what do you mean by absolute error? Means absolute error is nothing but the difference between the individual readings as well as the true value or mean value. Clear? True value or mean value. Now remember, what do you mean by this absolute error? Means this absolute error is defined as, clear, it is defined as, clear, it is defined as the difference between the difference between individual readings clear, the difference between individual readings and the true value or mean value. Clear? Or mean value, that is called as, clear, that is called as absolute error. Clear? That is called as absolute error. We already discussed that a mean is the mean value. Are you clear? It is the mean value, or you can take this as, for example, best possible value. Now A1, A2, A3 and so on AN are what? And so on AN are what? Individual readings. Clear? On so on what? Individual readings. Now absolute error is taken as the difference. I am taking difference but not subtraction. If you take difference, then it is a positive value or negative value, you have to take only the difference. Are you clear? So just now I told, for example, I given one example. First time if you take the difference, you got 0.1. If next time you take minus 0.1, next time you take, for example, 0.2, you got the values like this. Therefore, this absolute error may be positive or may be negative or zero also. So this absolute error may be positive or negative or zero also. Therefore, take the difference, not subtraction. If you take subtraction, obviously you will get positive value, negative value as well as zero. So if you take the difference between the two values, then need not to consider the negative values. Clear? Then need not to consider the negative values. Clear? For example, if you take subtraction, obviously you will get positive, negative, zero also. For example, the true value is 9.8 or mean value is 9.8 meters per second square. I will take the first reading. I got the first reading as 9.7. I got the second reading as 9.9. I got the third reading as, for example, 9.6. And I got the fourth reading as, for example, 9.8. Clear? Ma, how can be error be zero? Means there is no error. I hope you understood. It will be zero means no error. Zero means what? Ma? No error. Right? Zero means no error. Now, I take 9.7 and 9.8. Clear? I will take 9.7 and 9.8. Now, what is the difference between the two values? Means, for example, plus 0.1. So, sorry, subtraction. I will take subtraction. So, subtraction between true value as well as this value is, for example, this value is minus 0.1. I will take second reading minus true value. Second reading minus true value is absolute value of difference. No, sir. I didn't get you, Adarsh. I didn't get you. Yeah, this is 0.1. You just type the question again. Adarsh, I didn't get you. So this is how much means, for example, minus 0.2. For example, this is 0. Clear? I will take this as 0. Now listen, if I take the first reading, you got the negative value. If you take subtraction. If I take plus, I mean, if I take subtraction between these two values, I'll get 0.1. If I take subtraction between these two, I got 0.2, minus 0.2. Now, if you take the difference, in difference, whether it may be a positive value or negative value, express that in the positive value. So if you express the difference in positive value, obviously you have to use the modulus. Clear? You have to use the modulus. Are you clear? Now remember, I will take absolute error like this. Clear? I will take absolute error like this. Clear? I'll take the absolute error like this. That absolute error is taken as, for example, delta A. That delta A can be taken as, clear, delta A, I'll take this as delta A1. That delta A1 can be taken as modulus of A1 minus A mean. So this is for the first value. So for the difference between numbers, and we can take end. No, Adarsh, or else you speak, ma. No problem, you speak. Yeah, that is only I'm telling. Adarsh, I am telling that only. Okay, I'm telling that only. Yeah. For example, I will take delta A1 is equal to A1 minus delta, I mean A mean. This is for the first reading. Similarly, for the second reading, I will take it as delta A2 is equal to, clear, delta A2 that is equal to, I will take like this. So A2 minus A mean. Now I'll take delta A3. So what is the delta A3 value? Means modulus of A3 minus A mean, and so on. Now simply you can say, if you take delta A as the mean absolute error, that can be taken as modulus of A minus A mean. Clear? Modulus of A minus A mean. Are you clear? So this is the absolute error. Clear? This is the absolute error. Clear? This is the absolute error. Now, shall I move to the next point? Shall I move? Yeah, nothing. Actually, what is the definition? It is a difference between individual readings, clear, individual readings, and the true value. So A1, A2, A3 and so on are the individual readings. Clear? A1, A2, A3 and so on, AN are the individual readings. And A mean is the true value or mean value. So this is the mean value or true value, and these are the individual readings. Then according to the absolute error, it is the difference between, difference means minus, between individual readings and true value. First one, individual reading is A1, mean value is A mean. So A1 minus A mean. Are you clear? Okay. Now I'll take second reading as well as mean. Second reading mean can be taken as A2 minus A mean. I'll take third reading and mean, that can be taken as A3 minus A mean. Yes, ma. Yes. That only I told, right, Shilpa? Yeah, correct, ma, Shilpa. What is the line before delta? Means it's a straight line. Okay. Now, finally, I'll give one final conclusion like this. That is delta A is equal to modulus of, this is modulus. Modulus means a straight line. Clear? Modulus means two parallel lines like this. This is a modulus. So modulus of, so you can take any digit, right? You can take any digit or any reading. That's why simply I wrote it as A minus A min. So where A is the reading. If you take first reading A1, if you take second reading A2, if you take third reading A3. Clear? Now the next concept is mean absolute error. The next concept is mean absolute error. Now what do you mean by mean absolute error? Means the arithmetic mean of all the absolute errors. Clear? The arithmetic mean of absolute errors. Clear? Now remember what? Yeah, mod means magnitude will becomes positive. Mod means magnitude will becomes positive. Clear? If you take mod value, if you take -1 also, a modulus of -1 is +1. So that's why when I am discussing about the difference, I took the modulus. Clear? When I discussed about the difference, I took the modulus. Now, mean absolute value. Now, what is mean absolute value means? The arithmetic mean of all the absolute errors. Clear? All the absolute errors or the arithmetic mean of absolute error is called as no. Modulus will gives always positive value. Okay, if you take modulus, always modulus will gives positive value only. If you take +1 also it will give +1. If you take -1 also it will give +1. Okay, any value take, finally if it comes out of the modulus means +1. Okay, any value take, if it comes out of the modulus means it is +1. Yeah, fine. Yeah, actually after this chapter, I will start the mathematical physics. So where we'll discuss about the mathematical formulas and some mathematical principles, which will be helpful to solve the problems from PU as well as for competitive. Okay. Most of the derivations are based on the concepts only. So first, I'll explain this lesson. Later, we'll go for the mathematical physics. So once you understood the mathematical physics, or if you concentrate on mathematical physics, then all the derivations, almost all the derivations are very simple. Okay. So the next concept is the mean of absolute error is called as mean absolute error. The arithmetic mean of absolute error is called as mean absolute error. For example, I will take delta A1, comma, delta A2, comma, delta A3, and so on are the absolute errors. Clear? Are the absolute errors. Then delta A mean, this is taken as mean absolute error. Clear? This is taken as mean absolute error. Then delta A mean is taken as, take the arithmetic mean of all the values. Then you will get delta A1 plus delta A2 plus delta A3 plus and so on divided by n. So this is the mean absolute error. Clear? This is the mean absolute error. Now I will take n readings, take the average of all the n readings, that is called as mean absolute error. Clear? So write down. So nothing is there. If you take mean of all the absolute errors, that will give mean absolute error. If it is done, then I will go for the next one. Yeah, fine. The next one is, I'll tell you. Now listen. I will take delta A mean. Clear? I will take delta A mean. Are you clear? I will take delta A mean. So what do you mean by delta A mean? Mean absolute error, right? Mean absolute error. For all the absolute errors, take the mean. That is mean absolute error. Divided by, I will take A mean or true value. Clear? Divided by, I will take A mean or true value. Are you clear? Now remember, this ratio is called as, clear, this ratio is called as, or this is called as relative error. Clear, this is called as relative error. Now could you define what is relative error from this equation? Could you define what is relative error from that equation? Yeah, tell me definition from that equation. Very good, Pawan. Yeah, Ruchita, correct. Yeah, Prithvi, correct. Good. Very good. So what do you mean by relative error? Means it is defined as the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value or true value. Are you clear? Now I'll write the definition. It is defined as, clear, it is defined as the ratio of, clear, it is defined as the ratio of mean absolute error, clear, the ratio of mean absolute error, clear, the ratio of mean absolute error to the, clear, mean absolute error to the true value or mean value, clear, true value or mean value. That relative error is taken as, for example, I will give this value as RE. That relative error is taken as delta A mean, clear, delta A mean divided by A mean. So this is the relative error. Clear, this is the relative error. I hope you understood. So that is the relative error. So just copy it, then we'll go for the next point. Okay. The next point is, for example, I will take relative error. Clear, I will take relative error. I will apply 100%. Clear, I will take relative error and I will apply percentage. Now, relative error percentage is equal to delta A mean divided by A mean percentage. Clear, delta A mean percentage by A mean percentage. This is taken as relative error. Clear, this is taken as, for example, relative error percentage. Are you clear? Understood? Now, for example, if you multiply the relative error with 100% or with percentage, that is called as percentage error. Clear? That is called as percentage error. So what do you mean by percentage error means? Clear, what do you mean by percentage error means? The percentage error is nothing but if you multiply, clear, if you multiply relative error with the 100% or percentage, that is called as percentage error. Are you clear? Now remember, if the relative error, if the relative error is multiplied by, clear, is multiplied by, clear, is multiplied by, clear, if the relative error is multiplied by percentage, clear, it is percentage, it is multiplied by percentage, it is called as, clear, it is called as what? Percentage error. Clear, it is called as percentage error. Clear, it is called as percentage error. Now that percentage error, I will take it like this, delta A mean divided by A mean into 100%. So this is nothing but percentage error. Clear, this is nothing but percentage error. Clear? Now remember, this equation we will use in most of the problems, just remember. Clear, percentage error, if they given any value in terms of percentage, we will use this value only, please remember. Now how they will give means, the percentage change in the acceleration due to gravity is 2%. So percentage change in the acceleration due to gravity means you can take like this. So delta G by G percentage is equal to 2%. For example, in some questions they will give like this. The percentage change in the length is, the percentage change in the length is 0.1%, which means that you can write like this, you can express like this. So delta L by L percentage is equal to 0.1%. Or else they can give like this also. Clear? Or else they can give like this also. The percentage change in the radius is, clear, the percentage change in the radius is 0.3%. Then you can express like this, delta R by R percentage is equal to 0.3%. So you can express like this. So remember, this formula can be used to solve the problems, clear, in percentage problems. Clear? So if it is done, then I will go for the next point. Yeah, fine. Now listen, this best possible value or mean value, absolute error, mean absolute error, percentage error, relative error. This can be asked as, clear, this can be asked as 1 mark questions. Clear, this can be asked as 1 mark questions. Yeah, correct, correct, correct. Yeah, the next concept is combination of errors. Clear, the next concept is combination of errors. Are you clear? Now tell me, what is the formula for distance or speed? What is the formula for speed? Very good, distance by time. So what is the formula for speed? No, distance by time. Or else distance can be taken as, distance can be taken as, yeah, very good, speed by time. Now listen, now listen, you are going to measure the distance as well as A60, A5B42. Please mute your mic and change your name also. A60, A5B42. Change your name. Unmute your audio. Yeah, fine. Now listen, now we are going to measure, let us say, speed into time. Now you measure the speed, but you got the value, you don't get the perfect value, you didn't get the exact value. You didn't get the exact value. For example, I will say, for example, I found the velocity, I found the speed, so that I got the speed value as, for example, 40 kilometer per hour, clear, 40 kilometer per hour, plus or minus 1, which means that it may be 39 or it may be 41. We didn't measure perfectly, so we got some error value. Clear, we got some error value. Similarly, to cover that distance, let us say a body takes 10 seconds. But that 10 seconds also not sure. That's 10 seconds also not sure. I will take, for example, this value as some 2 seconds. So some 2 seconds above or some 2 seconds below. Clear? Or else, for example, I will find out the speed. To find out the speed, you have to measure the distance. Clear? To measure the distance, and we have to measure the time. Now let us say a body travels from point A to point B. Clear? A body travels from point A to point B. Clear? A body travels from point A to point B. Are you clear? Now, first we have to measure the distance. Clear? First we have to measure the distance. Just now the previous concepts what we discussed, again I'm telling the same thing. Now first one student measured the value. He measured the value and he got the distance as, for example, 13.4 meter. So first student got the value as 13.4 meter. Now the next student got the value as, for example, 13.3 meter only. And the third student got the value as, for example, 13.5 meter. And next student measured the value as 13.6 meter. Now, which is certain here? Which is certain means 13 is certain. Clear? Which is certain here means 13 is certain. Clear? 13 is certain. But which is changing means this digits is changing. So for everyone they measure 13 as perfect. But this measurement is wrong. Therefore, let us say the distance from A to B as, clear, let us say the distance from A to B as 13 meters plus or minus. Clear, 13 meters plus or minus. I will take this value as, for example, some error. Clear? Understood? Now, for example, let us say the exact reading, clear, let us say the exact reading is 13.5. Clear, let us say the exact reading is 13.5. Clear, let us say the exact reading is 13.5 and this is the first person did the value and this is the second person did the value and the exact value is 13.5. Now, from these two, you can say one certainty. What is that certainty means? 13 is certain. Now, which is difference means the next digit is uncertain. Therefore, I will take like this much 13.5 plus or minus. Clear, plus or minus, it is 0.1. So it may be 0.1 above, 0.1 below. Clear, 0.1 above or 0.1 below. Are you clear? Understood? So for example, you just measure the distance from here to here. So it may be 13.5. It is 0.1 above or 0.1 below. In the same way, you measure the time. No, now you didn't exactly measure the time. Let us say, for example, you measure the time from here to here as, for example, some 10 seconds, but it is not exact. So plus or minus 1, which means that 1 second may be above, 1 second may be below. So this is the errors. Now, if